My name is Tara Tiger Brown, and this is Maker TV. I'm the Chief Encouragement Officer at the LA Makerspace, a member-driven community space where you can learn everything from programming to woodworking, filmmaking, and even building robots. In today's episode, we are going to learn all about citizen science. I remember when I was about 10 years old, I had this fantastic science kit. It came with a microscope, some slides, some specimens, various experiments, and I spent so much time with that kit by myself. Maybe sometimes I would share an experiment or a discovery with my parents. Now, fast forward quite a few years, not only can I share different experiments that I am working on, but I can actually participate in world-changing, significant scientific experiments that are happening, looking for life on Mars, or something even as small as figuring out what's going on with the insects in my neighborhood. So I'm really looking forward to speaking with Levi Simons, my co-founder at the LA Makerspace, who has wonderful citizen science programs that he's put on at the Makerspace, at his school at Wildwood, and with different partnerships, including the Natural History Museum and CalTech. Hello, Levi. It's so nice to see you.
Hey, Tara.
So today we are going to talk about citizen science, and the first thing I need to know is, what is citizen science?
So citizen science is where anyone who's not a member of the professional scientific community, so people that are like working in research labs or universities, can engage in scientific research.
Really, so we can all be scientists even without going to school for a bazillion years?
Yeah, so the idea is that anyone out there can be a scientist, and then there are actually a lot of projects out there where that actually can happen now.
I remember participating in the SETI program, and I also participated in looking at a bunch of images that came back from Mars in search of alien life. So would you consider those both citizen science projects?
Oh, definitely. And with the SETI at home, that's one of those with the great, granddaddies of them all. That's 15 years, which is like a million years on the internet. Nobody's found ET yet, but the search would have been impossible had we not actually even attempted to distribute that app to everyone's computer.
So beaming ourselves back to home, local here to Los Angeles, what are some of the citizen science projects that you're working on?
So one of the big ones is with the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles, and it's a project called BioScan, where we're capturing insects across the LA basin over a 3-year period in order to figure out what the impact of a large city such as Los Angeles would be on biodiversity, which in this case we're measuring with insects. When all said and done, the amount of data that's going to be collected from this project will be almost unprecedented, particularly for an urban environment. The only thing that's even close to this are some of the surveys that have been attempted in the rainforest in Costa Rica.
Wow, it's hard to believe here in LA, we're the second largest city in the US. I don't think of it as being a place where there's a lot of insects except for, near the river that runs through LA. So are you learning a lot about the difference for insects here in a big city versus, say, out in a rainforest?
So we've actually already found one new species of insect in the first few months that this project's been operating. And on top of that, what's kind of interesting is that human beings don't seem to destroy biodiversity, but they do seem to change everything. A good way to look at this is a cockroach is a subtropical species, and yet it lives over a large chunk of the earth thanks to the fact that human beings alter the environment wherever they go, which is great for the cockroach, not necessarily for us.
So with this program, can anybody participate in it? Or, I know that you work with high school students at Wildwood, and you have a group that was at the LA Makerspace in the summer, but can anyone just jump in and help out?
Yeah, actually there's a project that's now in beta called the Global Sensor Web, where we have an app that will run on Android phones, and we're in development for iPhone, where we can pull the sensor data off the phone. So your phone actually has built-in accelerometers and magnetometers and things like that, and use it to do distributed sensing for environmental monitoring of the Earth. The next part of that is also taking that same data and then merging it with other data sets out there, like the NOAA data set for things like solar flares and earthquakes, and using it to try to build a much richer environmental portrait of the Earth. So that's with actually just your own cell phone, you can do all this sort of monitoring and analysis. So it's been pretty exciting, and it's sort of a first of. We're ultimately going to be building an API for citizen science.
That's amazing. I mean, I play a lot of games on my phone, but the idea that I can load up an app and actually contribute to projects like that and helping everyone sort of figure out what's going on in the environment is pretty powerful. Well, Levi, last, how do people get in touch to find out how to jump in on some of the projects you're working on?
So two ways. One is they can email awesome at LA Makerspace and ask about doing things, everything from how to get involved, how to install these apps. And then there are also the monthly citizen science workshops that we host at different places around Los Angeles.
Fantastic. So just go over to lamakerspace.com, click on the calendar, and you'll see when the next citizen science meetup is going on. Thanks so much, Levi.
Thank you.